Hi, my name is David Grant, and I directed a video with Anne Simpson in her kindergarten classroom at Two Rivers Charter School, where the kids are doing amazing work on a problem-based task in math. And we're here today to talk with Anne about how she uses active classroom management in her classroom. The first thing I want to talk about, because it's the first thing that shows up when you watch the movie or if you see you teach, is how incredibly expressive you are with your voice and your body with kids.
I think being expressive with your voice and your body is just another way to hook kids in and get them to learn without them even realizing they're learning. It's getting them excited about what they're hearing and what they're doing.
You know, you do this thing where you're creating a little gesture a lot with kids, or even a big gesture, you know, and I see the kids like actually imitating that gesture.
So I really like pairing physical gestures with certain learning concepts because number one, it helps the more physical learners, and number two, it's another way to ingrain it in their memory.
And we see that sometimes with your classroom too, where you use sign language with kids. Is that the same idea?
Yes, exactly. And also, if there's a student who's off task, I can visually remind them to get back on task without interrupting the flow of the lesson.
Another thing I'd like to do is just take a watch for 30 seconds or so of a section of the video where you describe the importance of having active classroom management. So let's just take a look at what we got here.
The active classroom is absolutely essential for me to be able to meet with kids and really push them to solve really tricky problems and to work together. That's really difficult work, and in order for me to be able to help my kids get there, everyone else needs to be doing independent work.
While Anne cycles through small groups of students, the rest of her class works in math centers independently. The entire math class typically lasts up to 45 minutes.
We did a lot of work at the beginning of the year to make sure that they know where all the materials are, that they know what the tasks in each center are. They choose the centers in the morning, and then when it is their center time, they go and they are completely independent.
It's pretty amazing to be in your class and watch the kids all do what they're expected to do. How did that happen?
It takes a lot of planning and a lot of time. You really need to be dedicated to setting up those routines and those expectations at the beginning of the year, and then reviewing them occasionally when the kids need reminders.
Would you be able to have the kind of high-level interaction with students without having that independence on the part of your kid?
I really don't think so. If I did, it would be a lot more challenging because that independence allows me to, number one, build relationships with kids because I spend more time with them individually, and number two, I know exactly where they are because I spend that time with them and I know what that next step is. And if I didn't have the freedom to spend that time with kids, I wouldn't be able to do either of those things.
All right, I got one last topic to talk about, which is the way you do transitions. We show a lot of transitions in the movie, and here's a transition moment.
Nope.
And we feature a lot of teachers who have really great ways of moving kids quietly from one task to another, and you do this thing with the bell, but what the audience doesn't see is this take.
I noticed that everyone has hands free and eyes on me. Oh, almost everyone. Let's try one more time because I want...
And here, of course, you're not satisfied with the way they do it. And I want to hear your view about the importance of when you do these kinds of techniques with kids, of them having integrity so that it really works well, it doesn't lose its power.
It's so important to set up those expectations and maintain them because as soon as you don't expect 100%, then it's a really slippery slope, and not every student follows the directions if you don't hold them accountable.
Thank you very much, Anne Simpson. I hope everybody gets a chance to watch Anne Simpson and her kindergartners solve and work on a problem-based task in math.
Thanks, it was a lot of fun working with you.
What else would she add to make her work really...